Hi, I'm Peter Boyer again, and I would like to present past perfect simple tense for you. This is the 7th tense on my list, the 7th out of the 12 tenses. We are going to have 5 different uses, so please give your maximum attention. The scheme: subject plus had plus verb 3. So subject plus had is the auxiliary verb, and verb 3, you know, that is past participle. And in a sentence, because with past perfect simple, we deal with 2 past actions, and the relationship between these 2 past actions, then we will have a past simple action also. So subject plus had plus verb 3 or past participle is the past perfect simple action, and the other one is a past simple action. Another scheme would be subject plus had plus verb 3 plus the time indicators before, after, or by the time. Uses. First use. Now you're going to understand it better as I explain you the first use. Past perfect simple expresses the relationship of 2 past actions. It's very important. We have 2 past actions and they are related. One past action happened before the other past action, right? So the first action had been finished before the second action. So we have one action that had been finished or completed by the time or before the other action. The first action which happened before the other action is in past perfect simple, and the one that happened later is past simple. Keywords: before, after, by the time, and when. Example: I had already finished my homework before my father came home. The finished action here is I had already finished my homework. So the first action is that I had already finished my homework. The second one is my father came home. The first action is in past perfect simple. I had already finished my homework before my father came home. My father came home is simple past. By the time we arrived to the market, they had packed their bags. Okay? Right, by the time we arrived to the market, they had packed their bags. First action: they had already packed their bags, they finished it, and by the time we arrived is the second action because it happened later. By the time we arrived, yeah, by the time we arrived, they had left. As simple as that. Good. Second use. For a past action that had been completed before a definite time in the past. Right? So for a past action that had been completed before a definite time in the past, not before another action. By then, we had consumed the cake. Yes? By then. Alright? By Sunday, we had booked the tickets. It's very important that by then and by Sunday are times, definite times, that are in the past also. So by then we had consumed the cake, is in the past. And before that, we had consumed the cake. By Sunday, we had booked the tickets. Sunday has to be in the past also. So let's say today is, I don't know, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, and Sunday compared to today is in the past. So by Sunday, which is in the past, we had booked the tickets. So before Sunday, which is also in the past, we had booked the tickets. Third use, for a past action which had been completed before a past event. I had convinced my wife to be a good husband before the wedding, right? I had convinced my wife to be a good husband before the wedding. The wedding is in the past and it's a past event, not a past action. Well, it's an action also, but here we focus on an event. So we have a past event, and before that something had happened. I had convinced my wife to be a good husband. This is the first action. Before the wedding. And this is the event in the past, right? They had found a name for the baby before his birth. They had found a name for the baby before his birth. The birth is the event. And before that past event, because this is also an event, but it's in the past, the baby's birth, it's a past event, and before that they had found a name for the baby. Yeah, third, good. Fourth use. Indirect speech, present perfect simple, or no, past simple, yes, to past perfect simple. Yes. I have opened the window, he said. He said that he had opened the window. Now this is important, that he said that he had opened the window. When we have indirect speech, then as we know that past simple action will be transformed into past perfect simple action. Yes, a past simple action will turn into past perfect simple, and this also happens with present perfect simple. So in both cases there will be past perfect simple. I have opened the window, he said. This is present perfect simple. He said that he had opened the window. And if we have past simple, like I opened the window, he said that he had opened the window. Of course, with past simple, a time indicator would help. Fifth use. To indicate that an action was prevented or stopped before it was completed. Again, I would like to repeat. To indicate that an action was prevented or stopped before it was completed. Here we have an interruption. The teacher had wiped the blackboard before I finished copying the new words. Yes? So, your action was going on, but the teacher had interrupted it had prevented it or had stopped it before your action was completed. I would like to repeat. The teacher had wiped the blackboard. This stops, interrupts, and prevents the action to be completed. The teacher had wiped the blackboard before I finished copying the new words. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you.